welcome back to another video by Simple Life Tarot. This is Sahil Sharma, your trusted tarot partner and coach. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for the longest time, but I just didn't. I don't know why, but recently a client really brought the situation to the limelight, and I thought I couldn't wait really anymore. And this is about the relationship and acknowledgement and identification of the relationship of a narcissist and an empath. A pretty classic one. Now, as I personally believe, just being an empath myself, I do understand a lot of people who are empaths, they have this tendency to absorb other people's feelings, their energies, because they have this sense of compassion. They try to understand what other people are feeling to the deepest levels. And funnily enough, I know a lot of people, when I write anything like poetry or something else, and I try to write with that depth of mind, a lot of people wonder if I'm going through certain situations myself, that I'm, saying certain things in my poetry or something, right? And that's not always the situation. It's just the tendency of feeling things just at a higher degree. Call it sensitivity or so on, whatever if you will, right? But anyway, same thing. This thing when a relationship between a narcissist, right, and empath takes place, it's really titled as one of the most toxic relationships ever. Why am I talking? Of course, it's part of tarot. I also do holistic life coaching through tarot. And how I see narcissists as is, number one, through the devil card, right? Because there's a lot of manipulation involved in this. It's a mind trap, big mind trap or emotional trap for the empaths, which is, really carried out by a narcissistic person who loves to be admired all the time, who loves the empaths or those people who are highly sensitive to get their work done, right? By hook or by crook. If the empaths or by anybody else really becomes rebellious, they don't like it and they try to punish them in some of the other way, right? Or there's a sense of reprisal there. So another card that I see is, and these are just examples, there can be a ton of cards inside tarot. Emperor card reversed. It could be tons of king cards of all suits. It could be queen cards of all suits. It could be empress in there. There could be five of swords and whatnot. There could be many cards representing such situations. Okay, and I also have magician here, which for me, right, represents the empath, which has a lot of talent and potential, and I can put along more cards. I'm just not putting all the cards here. Or very highly intuitive people, of course. I could have put high priestess or something else here too. But just trying to make you visually understand a bit that this is a person, for example, an empath who has an immense amount of potential, right, within him or her. But then when this devil comes in, they try and make sure that they really feed in this thought that empaths are quite useless and they're as good as a servant to them, right? As long as they serve, they're all right. They're not good. They're all right, average. They'll never acknowledge the good work, empaths' good work. And empaths, being empaths, because they feel the feelings too deeply, they will always keep questioning themselves, right? They will think, oh my God, I'm going to try my best being compassionate with this narcissist. I'm going to change their heart one day, through my compassion, through my love, through my servant leadership. That's the biggest myth and the biggest, I think, act of foolishness, sorry to say, that empaths can do, right? As much as I love empaths, being in one of those tribes as well, I also realize now, at least in my life, that giving away your power to narcissistic people is the most foolish thing that empaths can do, by just believing that they can change their heart. Narcissist's heart. This is backed up by research. This is backed up by psychologists, psychiatrists. Go and find out yourself. Narcissism is a personality disorder which is not fixable. I repeat, it's not fixable. So do not waste your time if you're trying to do that, empaths or anybody else who are targeted by any of the narcissists in your personal relationships, in your professional relationships, be it your boss, be it your partner, be it your sibling, be it your parent, whomsoever they are. That's a disorder, not fixable. All right. So stop wasting your time. What can you do? Let's focus on that. What can you do? That you can only do a couple of few simple things here. One, you can keep as much distance as possible, especially when it's your work scenario. You know you cannot leave your job, of course, if that's the stage or that's stage you're in. Then keep as much distance as possible and create very solid boundaries. If you have to say no, say no. And you got to be more assertive. When you become more assertive, right, you will be pushed back a lot by narcissists till the time they realize this empath has kind of shifted their ways of moving, and this is what it is. You got to stick along and stick, I think, to a very long time to new ways of working and thinking and saying things in your behaviors to give that signal to narcissists that, hey, this is what's right and this is what's not right. This is what I'm going to accept. This is what I'm not going to accept. Unfortunately, when narcissists meet or enter a new relationship with empaths, right, they try to pretend that they're very nice people, the loveliest people, and that's the biggest trap, because they want to trap you in that relationship to abuse you, start abusing you. In no point in time, time they'll start abusing you. The moment they realize that you are in their trap, they've created that bond, the karmic bond of abuse with you. They'll start abusing you, and you'll never be able to say no because you've already given yourself in, right, trying to serve them. So create as much distance as possible, create as much boundaries as possible, and if you can, if it's possible, leave that environment. Run if you can, and stop thinking that you can change anything there. Okay, that's what I wanted to address here very quickly. For those lovely empaths who are trying to put in the energy and wastefully, with all these are futile efforts, is all I can say. Take care of yourself, rejuvenate as much as you can, get yourself out of the toxic environment. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Be the healers you are, but embrace yourself first and heal yourself first before you start healing anybody else. Okay, or do it parallelly at least. All right, thanks very much for watching this. If you have questions, if you have stories to share, I'd love to hear those stories, because these are real-time stories that we all resonate with some or the other degree. If you know where to go. If you need any in-depth tarot readings, simplelighttarot.com. If you need coaching help, you can always go to, again, simplelighttarot.com. Book a free initial coaching session with me there. And one thing that I wanted to say is the quote that comes to my mind. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, more than a decade ago, and she said is, not all teachers are great players, right? Or not all coaches, like you have sports coaches, they are the teachers basically there, but the coach term in practical life is a little different. But all teachers, let's say teachers/coaches, are not great players. And empaths, you have to realize you might be great healers, but sometimes you got to take a step back and heal yourself first, right? When you go out in the field, it's a different story when you're healing others. But when you go out yourself in the field, sometimes it's not the same story. It's hard for you to kind of, protect your own energy. So protect your energy first. Okay. So that's all for now. Signing off, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to share, comment, and follow the account, Simple Light Tarot. I'll see you next time soon. Take care. Bye.